Welcome everyone, this is Krembo from Emotionless Crypto Trading. Today we would like to discuss about Bitcoin and share with you the most important price points from the technical analysis perspective, such as the future predictions and probabilities of the market. Currently we're touching $9,300 and we have a difficult situation out there for the bulls. We would have to be aware about that in order to consider future trading and possibilities of the price movement, right? On the other side, we have some great news coming out from Facebook. We have official announcement which have been made 2 days ago. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with those, because I've seen that the media space is not covering Facebook Libra token correctly from my perspective. Therefore, I do want to share with you the official place you can get information about this token, as well as some of the great news that we have from the media. These ones are great and accurate, by the way. And of course, we're going to dive into the technical part. On the other side is one thing that I do want to mention at the beginning. You might hear this background noise for sure. Well, I'm on holidays and it's not my office right here, therefore I don't have those conditions which are permitting me to film in the best way I usually do. And therefore there's a little background noise for sure, which I'm not able to eliminate. Beautiful. So let's dive into the space. We have an official announcement right here made by Mark Zuckerberg. This thing right here is pretty much important because it lays down the official response to the entire buzz that goes around Libra. You can find out more by clicking his profile or going to his Facebook profile. I'm also going to include down below in the description area the link to this story, right? So you're gonna have the moments to walk through this. He actually explains the perspective of the Libra token and Calibra as well, which is part of the project. What does it involve? What you have to know about this? What are the official things at this point? And why is it something that you definitely need to know about? Are things that usually you're going to discover during this post right here. The next thing is to Russia, which is about to legalize digital assets within 2 weeks. Facebook Libra not included. Of course, Facebook's Libra is not included. There's no way that Russia could include something that is not really clear and existent on the market. On the other side, of course, the ones which are existent, such as BTC and all the other alts, are finally legalized in about 2 weeks on Russia, which is big news, right? That is something I've been able to point out. On the other side, we have Congress representative wants Facebook to put on hold on cryptocurrency plans. It's quite difficult to launch something like Facebook wants to do, and I'm assuming they're preparing for years. Therefore, at this time, there's going to be institutes and different elements of the institutional corporations which are going to represent some questions to the Libra project. Once those are passed, everything is secured, everything is right. Libra is going to be live out there. For now, things are, at the level of finding out everything they could about Libra and making sure that it's the right thing for the market. On the other side, we have one of the Poland's largest banks to use Ethereum for document authentication, which is extremely great news. We're talking about the largest, or one of the largest Poland's banks, which are using blockchain of Ethereum in order to find out more about their documentation, right? So that's a crucial thing out there. The next thing is the cryptocurrency is more convenient than cash, and society is ready for adoption. Head of Central Bank of Russia says. Another great news out there, guys. You can see that we're pretty much covered by all this type of news, which are looking to establish a heavy support on the market within the current stage. The current stage that sits above 9,000, we did support it nicely over there, so we're expecting movements above 10, above 11, and so on. We're going to make a video sharing with you very soon where are the high resistance levels above $11,000. I'm not sure about the society and the adoption level. That's definitely a question mark, depending where, in which countries, in which nations, because not all around the world people is ready for this. They could be ready at some point if they run through an educational process, but now it's difficult to say that everyone or the entire society is ready. Some nations are, some they're not that ready. Bigger than Russia, Bitcoin now 8th largest world currency, and we have the ranking right here. Bitcoin is sitting over there, guys. Take a look at that. That's awesome. Base money global supply, current supply in trillions, ranked by currency. BTC is bigger than Russia at the moment. And now let's dive into the technical part, which is something we realistically care about. We're talking about the 2-hour candlestick first. And this is for swing trading, guys. So here we have a beautiful movement lately. Since I made the last video, we got consolidated above 9,000 level, which means that we're able to keep our levels of extreme support and resistance above 9,000 playground. This is purely our base level. Take a look at that. The 9,000 resistance at this point has multiple resistances in the past, but then eventually it breaks out, right? And it does tell us that we're getting supported very nicely, just like that. With the resistance at 9,400, 4 confirmations established already, and the big question is, are we capable for a breakout towards 10,000, or we're going to crash from here? This is the big question. Everyone is talking about 15,000 right now, 20,000, but nobody talks about how powerful are we towards to 10,000 from 9,000. That's one of the biggest questions we would have to address, guys. And we see we have 4 confirmations, which does represent some danger. But we do have on the opposite field, on the bottom side, we have bullish lows. Market fundamentals are going up. I'm just going to try and erase a couple of things from there, just like that. And take a look at that, how we're establishing here a sort of a uptrend. We're forming a triangle like this. Now, triangle that is looking like that is called ascending triangle, and its fundamentals are bullish. Fundamentals does represent here 80% bullish, 20% bearish. Such a triangle, this is what we have the stats for it. Now that means 80% we're going to touch 10,000, 20% we're not going to touch 10,000. Because a potential breakout out of this needs to bring up the volume and needs to touch the 10,000 level quite easily. It's not a huge percentage out there. We're going to measure that in a few moments. From the breakout level up to 10,000, we have 6.6. Such a thing for the BTC is not a big deal at all at this time when the market is booming from the media perspective. You know, there are 2 parts I like to call, 2 different groups. The media, which is sometimes booming, sometimes collapsing, it's one of those. During the bearish environment, media was pushing down the prices, not directly, but indirectly, with false fake news, everything that could drive down the prices. Today, they make sure to put on spotlight all the great things out there in order to drive the market up. Now, once again, there is no direct correlation between the media news and the price, but they do affect people, actions, which might drive the market up or might drive the market down. This is why we say the relationship is indirect with the market's price. It could affect, it does affect, but not directly. The human being is the one who understands the information, does the research process, and makes the action. Not the website or the media or the info by itself. Not that info, right? Directly the human being who researches, understands, and takes action. Good, so you see that the triangle is definitely upwards. It's from fundamentals a uptrending, ascending triangle. And it has bullish lows while the upside is not that great, but still overall we're 80% to 20 right now, which is a great balance. You can trade the breakout of this. You can definitely trade the breakout. The breakdown can be traded as well, but don't forget 9,000 does represent support here. Right? So don't forget about that. Let's just go towards to the 15-minute candlesticks, which is something more short-term, guys. 15-minute candlestick does tell us we have right now on short-term a uptrending support line for the trend and a uptrending triangle resistance line over there. That tells me it has only a confirmation. Triangle has its limits, which are right there. You can take a look at that. Eventually there's going to be an explosion, and that explosion is going to be driven by the market news on one side and by the traders by the other side. I would just call as a rank number 1 by importance traders. Market news are always below the traders. Great. So what we see here in the bottom side, and why do we see this as more powerful from the bullish one, is pretty clear. We have multiple confirmations on the lower side, then confirmations on the upper side. This is one important element that kind of balances the entire deal to the bullish part. You see, there's only a single confirmations for the bears, and there's multiple confirmations here for the bulls on the support side. So they're ready to support and act whenever the line is touched. This is the conclusion that you can see out of it, right? This is the conclusion. Ready to act, ready to support at the time they're needed. They're needed for the bulls. This is how we translate the entire thing, guys. This is what we have for today. These are the things that we have to understand from the current situation. Once we break out of 10,000, I'll get back with another video. If we break below 9,000, I'll get back with another video and tell you more things on the crucial parts and prices that you would have to look after. These are the things that we definitely need to consider. Until that, I'm just going to leave the market to do its job and move. Beautiful. So that's kind of all about. Make sure you like the video, hit your opinion in the comments area. Subscribe. Next to the subscribe button, you have the bell. Make sure you click on that. Stay in touch with the latest things of the market. We're updating as much as we can. Currently, we're on holidays and we can't really do it that often, but still, we're trying to stay here with the community and do this type of videos, which I believe they're helping you. Beautiful. So make sure you stay in touch with the data, not with other things which are not related to the objective part. They're more likely subjective. Beautiful. Talk to you soon, guys. Make sure you check out the link in the description area for the one-on-one coaching if you're interested in becoming a professional trader. I can help you, I can coach you, I can direct you towards a professional lifestyle of a trader. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.